Welcome dear students. Today in this short video I am going to discuss John Donne's poem Go and Catch a Falling Star. Before discussing the content of the poem, it is worth to have a word regarding John Donne and his life and writing. John Donne is called a metaphysical poet. Metaphysical poet means 17th century period of writing in England is called metaphysical period. Before that, there was medieval period. Shakespearean time is called Elizabethan period, and before Chaucerian period, like that there were, right? After Elizabethan time, mean Queen Elizabeth the First. Shakespeare, Thomas Yat, Edmund Spenser, right, like that they wrote poetry and other texts, especially dramas. In the history of English literature, firstly they wrote dramas and poetry, especially poetry, right. The very first English poem is called Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. That is our history, Yes, first English novel is Robinson Crusoe. It was written in 18th century. Metaphysical period, the poet questioned the seriousness of things. For example, you should know that there was a time called medieval time. Medieval time period, people of England believed ghosts and invisible power, superstitious things they believed. For example, you about an unseen person called Death, who was coming to kill man, like that, right? So, John Donne is a metaphysical poet. He always satirizes the existing things, beliefs. Humor and satire is one of his major techniques. That's a salient feature that we could find in his poems. Right. It was during that time, especially he wrote this in 1633. Poem is called Go and Catch a Falling Star. Then that time in England there was not only England, in Western region there was a trend of females asking for equal rights with men. Females were asking for equal rights with men, right? So he wrote this poem Go and Catch a Falling Star to satirize females, telling that they can't do everything that men do. This is called a misogynistic poem, misogynistic theme. That means women are condemned, saying they are fickle, mutable, weak, feeble, like that, okay? I refer to title, Go and Catch a Falling Star. You know, falling star is a meteor. Meteors that fall at night. Some people say divine lights, right? Then, meteors don't touch the earth. Very rarely meteors touch the earth. Before perching on the earth, they burn and turn into ashes. Therefore, when females were asking for equal rights with men, he asked females to go and catch a falling star. Can females jump up and catch a falling star? Can't. Right? That is why he condemns females, satirizes that, can't do that. But we have to see other side also. Can men jump up and catch falling stars, meteors? Neither men can do. Therefore, John Donne write this poem, right, being in an opinion that males can do anything in the world, but females can't do that. Okay, right. Let's see. Go and catch a falling star. The poem also opens with that line. Get with child mandrake true. One belief in England at that time was that females got pregnant if they trampled the roots of the mandrake plant. There was a plant called mandrake. Right? Then he challenges, if you can, go and get a child with that. tell me where all past years are. Years passed by can't be brought back. In the past years, there were so many superstitious things that men of England believed. The poet challenged that. Then he says, who cleft the devil's foot? Another challenge the poet brings out is, right, devil's foot. I said to you about medieval time. Before 16th century, right, there was a short period called medieval time. That time they had so many beliefs about invisible, right, powers. For example, devil. They believed that devil had cleft feet. That means, yes, soul is divided into parts. There is a poem called Demon Lover. Right, one medieval poem I will tell shortly. In that Demon Lover, there is no writer, it's anonymous. There's a lady. She loved the boy, right? And the boy was very poor. Therefore, she didn't marry her. And boy was very upset. He left the country. But he wanted to take revenge on this lady. After some years, he returns to lady and says, I still love you, and can you live with me? She blames him, what I talking, now I am married and like that. After that he says, I brought 7 ships full of gold to you. Ships are anchored in the mid-sea, 7 ships. If you can't marry me, at least come with me and take over those 7 ships. Right? After that she kisses her husband's feet. 4 children also she had, 4 children's feet, and elopes with this man. Right? They are riding a boat. When the boat sails, lady is singing with that man. And then she asks, where are my ships? My 7 golds of ships. He says, I will show you. And suddenly, that woman sees the cleft foot of that man. So, that man is a demon, cleft foot. And after that, he breaks the boat into 2 and sings himself with the lady. So, I want to say, that's a belief. That belief, John Donne brings to England poetry. Oh, cleft the devil's foot. He says, who cleft it? He challenges, who cleft devil's foot? That is just a belief, myth. Right. Teach me here mermaid singing. Now, mermaid singing is known for England that time. Not only England, we also believe at night some shows mermaids are singing. Mermaid, right? Masculine gender is merman, okay? Mermaids are singing. But he says, where are they? There are no mermaids, mean upper side is a female body, lower side is a fish, right? These are all superstitious things, beliefs, man-made fables. The poet goes against that. Oh, keep off envious thinking to find what twin serve to advance an honest mind. What the poet says is that females are not honest, they are dishonest, they are cunning, they are fickle, weak, feeble, mutable, inconsistent, to use all right different terms. Yes. What he says is that females are not honest. Are there perfect females in the world? No. Are there perfect men in the world? No. Right? Neither of them are there. Both are not born or else. Both are dead. Therefore, the poet is disservice in telling such a thing. Right. If thou best born to strange sight, things invisible to see, write 10,000 days and nights till laid snow white hairs on thee. The narrator speaks to someone, right, someone male, and asks him to write 10,000 days and night. 10,000 days and night in search of a woman. Till age is no white hairs on thee. Till your hair becomes white like snow. If you ride the horse 10,000 days and night, you will never find an honest woman. Right? All strange wonders that befell thee, and swear nowhere lives a woman true and fair. He says no, you can't find true and fair woman. Other thing we should understand is that during that time there was a male chauvinistic world, male dominant world. Females had no position. They were always inferior to males. They were dependent. They were neither educated nor employed, like domesticated, right? If you find, let me know, such a pilgrim were sweet, you do not, I would not. Though at next door we might meet, thou she were true, when you meet at last, till you write your letter, yet she will be false ere I come 2 or 3. Sometimes you may find a woman, very rarely you believe that is honest, but when living with her, sometime you may tell me definitely that the woman you found as honest is not actually honest but dishonest. Now you may understand that in this manner Donne in this poem satirizes and condemns females that they are not honest. But there is something unfair that the poet writes in a strong, poet is in a strong view that males are always honest and true. That's not actually true. So the poet is here unfair in interpreting females as dishonest. So literary understanding and your views can be given in accordance with this main theme. Theme is this dishonesty, fickleness of females, romantic distrust, right? And male chauvinism, inferiority of females, like that. So there are also techniques. The poet uses allusion, that means refers to superstitious things, flashback, deduction, metaphor, etc. uses as techniques. Right? In future videos I will explain more and more. In a video like that we can't do all the things. In my classes I will explain and give full notes, and papers will also be discussed. Anyway, students, it is better you to mug up the poem. All poems can't be learned by heart, but retaining poetry in your mind is beneficial to write answers. For example, in that short questions, right, part 1, they give you in the exam paper, you are given a part, quotation, so you have to identify it and write answer. Therefore, we don't know which lines they will give. Therefore, from the beginning, right, learning the poems by heart is useful for you to write answers, right? That is the way. Therefore, try. You can read. Go and catch a falling star. Get with child, man, recruit, tell me where all fast years are. In answering second essay type question also, you have to quote lines, give quotation, then therefore learning by heart all poems is useful. Arts mean, right, you should remember many things you have to keep them in memory. Right, wish you all the best. Let's meet again. Have a nice day.